in this video I'm going to show you how to successfully fit in your connections into the back of your iO1 speaker. We're going to follow our protocols to ensure that your speaker is remaining IPX6 rated, ultimately therefore it is perfectly suited for your outdoor setup. Okay, so what we need to do first is remove this free enclosure that actually will have your connections being fed through. And how we do this is there are 4 terminals, screw terminals, on the outer edges, 2 on this side and the same on the exact other side. And we can just unscrew it anti-clockwise, like so, here, 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 and lastly here. And once you screwed it all the way, this enclosure comes off. Now, I want to make you very aware of this. So there's an indent here and an indent here, nothing on this side. And on the enclosure here, we've got a lip here and a lip here. And we flip it around, there's nothing this side. Okay, so this is important. When it comes to fitting it back on, we need to make sure that it's aligned in terms of the lip here is aligned with these 2 here, like so. As you can see, that's firmly in with no screws in. Yeah, but if we do it the other way, so now the lips are on this side and we're going to go put it on the wrong side here and not here, as you can see, it's not right. There's gaps around and this could damage your speaker. So to ensure we don't do that, we make sure that the lips are aligned with the indents. Okay, now on to the next step. The next step is to take off this plate. This plate here is applying pressure with the rubber material here in the middle and the enclosure to ensure that there's no gaps or leakage being fed through and into your actual speaker. So this is important that when we come to putting it back on, we have it securely in via the 3 screws here, firmly pressured, firm pressure on, and no gaps. Okay, so as we're now going to put a cable in, I'm going to unscrew these 3 screws, just take the plate off, and I'll show you the rubber material in the middle. Okay. Those are the 3 screws out. Now this plate can just come off like so. I'll just leave it to the side for now. And as you can see, now you're left with the enclosure and this rubber. And this rubber here is what is going to hold. As you can see, there's little ridges in the sides, which actually is what's going to keep your connections securely safe. In terms of protection against water. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terminals here in terms of the ports, 4 of which on the left hand side. So these 4 have a clamp on them because these are optional connections, and you've got 1 loose one here. As this is an active speaker, it's obviously going to be for the power, because if you don't have the power, you can't do anything with the speaker. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we're going to attach the power cable into the speaker safely. And then these 4, I won't be going through, but it's the exact same process. Okay, so you just got to follow the same steps for each connection you've got going, whether it's optical or the passive connection. You just got to do the same thing. Okay. So, got the power cable here. So what we do, we take this out, this rubber clamp here, we feed cable within the gap and close it like so. Then we pop the cable in and then pop the clamp in with it and sort of just pop it in. And then once you pop that in, we then get the plate, metal plate, put it in and line it up with the screw terminals here, here and here. And once we've done that, we're just going to go one by one and pop the screw in, put a few turns in there. Just going to put some pressure on that side. And then we're going to go to the middle one. Again, just put some pressure with my left hand there. And then pop the screw in. Do a few turns in there. Then the last one, which I cannot unscrews here, like so. And then after you've done that, we're just going to make sure that all screws are in tightly and securely. So the first one here, yeah, that's on tight. This one, oh, this one, hang on. Let's go out first with this one. Put some pressure on, and then it should, there you go. Now that will go on. Okay, now they're on pretty tight. Got the power cable going through here, and about these clamps, I'm just going to walk you through these. If you're not using them, we're going to keep them closed. So there's nothing being used here. So I'm going to close it, pop it back in. But let's say we have another cable in. Let's say we've got a passive, we've got a pair of speakers, there's a passive as well. Then obviously your passive connection will be being fed through here like the power cable is. And this clamp, instead of going into this port like we've done here, that aren't being used, we go just above it in this port here. And the passive will nicely go in there. Okay? But in our case, we're not using it, so we close it. Okay, just double checking that the metal plate's in securely, which it is. Now what we're going to do is we pop the power cable in. We also make sure, again, that the indents are aligned with the lip. So I'm just going to pop the power cable in. Yeah, that's in. And then the enclosure's back in. Yeah, and then all we need to do from this step onwards is securely screw the 4 terminals back in. Last one left. And there you go. Here we now have an iO1 power cables connected in securely. All good. Perfectly suited for the outdoor environment now. It's IPX6 rated and ready to go. Okay, so as long as you follow these steps and these procedures, you will set up your IPX6 iO1 speaker correctly with no issues. But if you do have any further questions, you can always check out our other articles first for any more information, or contact us at support@lifeaudio.com. Okay, thank you.